Hello, hello, hello.
What do you know, man? It's been like forever, it seems like.
It feels that way, yeah. I know. I just got the bill for the re-up on the hosting, and I was like, man, we got to get another episode out.
No kidding.
Like I just dropped some Quan to keep it going, so we got to
I want to say I pulled up like the files the other day, or like this morning, to pull a couple of files off of the memory card for the Zoom. And I want to say the last time we recorded was, I think the date was 5/17 or something like that. And here we are in like August.
Yeah, another 3-month gap. Yay.
Oh, well, you know what? I mean, we're here though. There's been a lot that's happened between the last episode and now. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's been rough. I don't even know what has all gone on. I've been working my butt off. Is one of the main reasons we haven't recorded, is because I can't seem to get back home before 7:30 or 8 o'clock at night, which makes it difficult.
Yeah, I mean, especially with kids at the house now and all that. Come home, eat, make sure everybody's bathed and in bed. By that time, you're like, okay, I got to bath and get in bed because I got to get up and do it again tomorrow.
Yeah,
I know exactly how it is, dude. I know exactly how it is. I think we've been working around the house here too. Of course, we've got the people that we take care of. Got the dogs. We're babysitting a dog right now. I've had surgery since the last time that we.
Oh yeah, and you're already back out of the brace and everything.
Oh yeah. I was actually out of the brace pretty quick. They didn't. They gave me the sling, to put my arm in. I don't really remember them telling me to wear it 24 hours a day. So but when I came home, it came off, and my wife is like, Ashley's like, yeah, you're supposed to be wearing the sling, and I'm like, okay, I don't remember them saying that. She goes, yeah, it's written down on the little instructions. So, I had to go back. See, I had surgery on my right shoulder. I had to go back 2 days later for them just to kind of take a look at the incisions, make sure everything was good, and they told me at that point the sling is more to protect me. That basically is to make sure that I don't do anything that I shouldn't. But she said, if you're conscious enough to not just start doing things over your head and reaching and all that kind of stuff, she said you don't have to necessarily wear the sling. The surgery was like arthroscopic, so it was very, very, very minor as far as that goes.
Minimally invasive.
Yeah, minimally invasive for sure. Had like 4 sutures, so it was tiny little stuff. The one thing though that really kind of was odd. So when I went in, they prepped me, of course, and everything. The anesthesiologist came in and was like, okay, so are you allergic to, will this affect you in any bad way that you know of? And I was like, no. So he said, do you want a nerve block? And I was like, I don't know what that is. So tell me. And he was like, okay, so after the surgery, you will feel no pain if you get this done. Basically, we're going to turn the nerves off in that arm from like your neck down. And he said, your arm is going to feel pretty much like lead. You're going to be not going to be able to move much. Don't try to do anything with your right arm. Are you left-handed or right-handed? I said, I'm left-handed. He goes, well, that's good. So, I was like, okay, so yeah, let's do this. He said, all right. So he said, I'm going to give you a little something to relax you. And I'm like, okay.
That's always nice.
Fentanyl, whatever. Heroin, effectively. Like super heroin.
That's the stuff Michael Jackson was on.
Oh my. No,
Fentanyl.
Was it?
Yeah.
I was thinking that he was on like, I don't remember. I was thinking it was something else. But anyway, so they gave me this stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Mm-hmm. Dude, like after that, they did like this ultrasound thing on my neck so that way he could guide the needle to where the nerves are so he could block.
Right.
And I was watching that on the screen and feeling really good about it. I was like, that is some powerful, powerful stuff. And so then after all of that, they took me back, put me under. I don't really remember much of anything after that day, other than the dressing that they put on me. It was like this massive big dressing for these 4 little sutures. And please people, I don't mean to gross you out or anything, but the front suture bled so much that
Nice.
like it was to the point that I called the doctor that evening, was like, am I supposed to be bleeding this much? And they're like, well, what color is the discharge? And I was like, red. And they're like, oh yeah, that's blood. You might want to put pressure on that. And I was like, okay. So like it saturated the dressing to the point that I had a towel and slept on a towel in the like on the couch that night because I was bleeding so much from this tiny little opening. I mean, we're talking,
Right.
it was very, very, very small, but I don't know. It took that front suture for it to stop kind of weeping, because you have that plasma stuff. Literally, I had it done on a Tuesday. It was the following Thursday, the week, like a week and 2 days later, before it actually dried up to the point to where I could just put a Band-Aid on it.
Wow.
It was unreal how much that little spot like discharged, I guess you'd say. But I'm much better now. That bone spur that was in there, like, doing its terrible
Well, they just
thing.
grind it off? Or?
I guess they did. I don't know. He
You
didn't
were
really
out
say.
when they did
Yeah,
that?
I was out when they did that. I was under.
So the nerve block that you're talking about,
Yeah.
Rebecca gets those done frequently in her spine.
Oh my gosh. How does she walk? Does she walk afterwards?
She's in pain for a while after. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, dude! I'm telling you, my arm was literally like a dead piece of meat hanging beside me. It was done. I could not feel anything.
Yeah. So they do the ultrasound and then stick the.
Yeah, I saw the needle out of the corner of my eye and was like, "Yeah, we're not going to be watching that." I'm glad it was like going into my neck, so I couldn't watch it. But
Yeah. So yeah, I've heard quite a bit about that procedure.
it's crazy. I'll tell you now, though. I mean, it was so extreme. I don't know that I want that ever again, unless I am going to be in like a massive amount of pain. Because if the amount of pain that I was going to be in was nothing more than what was there a day or two later, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done the nerve block. But still, it was something. It was a heck of an experience.
Wow. But you feel good now?
Oh yeah, I mean, it's still a little sore because there's still some healing that's going on. But I mean, as far as like the issues that I had, like there was a point where if I raised my arm a certain way, there was like almost like a stabbing, and I guess that's where that bone spur was going down, and hitting the tendon, and that's gone now. So I'm very pleased with that.
So you got your knees fixed?
Got my knees fixed, got my shoulder fixed. Yeah.
You be getting around now.
Hey, you know what? I'm a $6 million man right here.
Another thing I've noticed here is on the inside of your. I saw the post on Facebook about it, but people out there may not be aware. Well, now you're the deadhead here, I believe. Is that not the Steal Your Face?
It is a Steely. Yeah. I'm gonna put a plug out there if you don't care. Bodine's Tattoos, man, he did one heck of a job. The line work is tight.
Can I ask who specific? Bodine himself?
Did. Yeah, okay. Bodine did it. Yeah. And I mean, it was, I've got a Steal Your Face like Steely on the inside of my right arm now that's about the size of a baseball. And
I will say, I'm not going to argue with you. Bodine is a hell of a tattoo artist.
Yeah.
He does amazing work.
Yes.
I can't stand the man.
He's different. He's a little different.
I've gone to talk to him. I've consulted him on a couple of tattoos, and I guess he just didn't want to do them. So he was just a complete asshole to me about it.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, seriously, it was something that should have been around $100 to $150 max.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, I'll do it for like $700."
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, "Dude, you're out of your fucking mind." He's like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And I mean, he was just being completely dismissive and a complete fucking ass about it. And I'm like, okay, fine. I'll go somewhere else and get my work done.
Yeah. I mean,
but I've seen other stuff he's done. He does an amazing job.
Yeah. And I'd heard from various people that he's kind of heavy handed whenever he tattoos and stuff. Dude, no, this was light. He did, the whole process was, I was in and out of there in about an hour and 15 minutes. That was him getting the design, making the print, getting it on me, making sure everything was prepped, getting himself prepped, doing the work, and then out the door. And then he did it for a heck of a good price. I mean, a really good price.
Right. So. And that's the thing with him. He doesn't price by work.
Yeah.
Like he prices by
what does he
wants to do.
Yeah.
And that's what really annoys me is it's like he'll do a back piece for somebody for like $200,
or he'll do a knuckle tattoo for like $400.
Yeah, if it's something he doesn't want to do, it's ridiculous, and he's abrasive and dismissive. I didn't like him. Now, a thing that could have contributed to that too is I know a lot of the artists in his shop. I don't know about him specifically, but they have recently switched to rotary guns or rotary machines. Sorry, they don't call them
His
guns.
is a wireless. Like, it's cordless. Like, he popped a battery on it, and like the whole end was interchangeable. I don't know what the deal was, but
yeah. So a lot of them up there have switched to rotary machines instead of reciprocating.
Yeah, instead of straight up and down, it's
and
going.
that helps a lot too, because even if the artist is a bit heavier handed, the machine
is a little lighter.
Doesn't puncture as far.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I mean,
and they're a lot quieter. Like a rotary machine is
quiet.
A third as loud as a reciprocating machine.
Yeah.
So that could have been contributed to, because that helped a lot.
I can see that, because it seems like I noticed that the machine itself had a wheel that was spinning, and the needle was on that. So yeah, I can see that. Like
I don't know how they work mechanically.
So
but
I mean,
just know they've gone
the reciprocating I've seen, they just go back and forth, straight up and down. Yeah. I can see the circular motion of the rotary being, I can see that. Yeah, I think
they're a lot quieter, and they don't tend to puncture as bad, as deep. So even if the artist is more heavy-handed, the machine kind of makes up for it a little bit.
Yeah,
but he does do amazing work, and it looks fantastic.
Yeah, and the heal time, I got it done 2 weeks ago today.
Oh wow, that's really good.
So yeah, and it's completely healed.
Yeah, I've seen them where they're still scabbing at 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean this one never scabbed. It flaked for like 2 days. It got a little itchy and flaked for a couple of days. Aside from that, no. I mean, he did a heck of a job. I really have to say I was very, very, very pleased. So,
nice.
Yep. So yeah, I got that done too.
So yeah, and I can recommend several of the other artists at Bodine's shop.
Yeah.
Just not a fan of Bodine himself. And sorry, Bodine, but like that's just a personality conflict. Like I said, you're an amazing artist. If you ever were to hear this, your work is fantastic. Just didn't appreciate the way you treated me when I came in to talk to you. So
yeah, I walked in there and I was like, all right, here's what I'm wanting. And I was like, what would it cost? And he told me, and I was like, oh yeah, when do you want to schedule it? So right. He was like, oh, give me a $50 deposit and we'll put you down for the 21st of July. And I was like, okay. So, and walked in there and he's like, all right, let's get this done.
Hell yeah.
And I mean, he sat there and BS'd with me the whole time that he was doing it. Talked about the shop in Richmond whenever he used to be up there. His daughter actually is running that shop now. It's called Lucky Lady.
Okay.
And then and then he is a mason, and so we talked about that a little bit. I kind of did that thing for a little while, but yeah, it was a good experience. So
yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, no problem. So I know originally we were going to talk about, how people are going to deal with life getting back to normal after COVID.
Hey.
And I think maybe we need to alter that conversation a touch, given recent events.
Do we need to back up a little bit and punt again? Maybe put a mask on before we have this conversation?
Well, I mean, I feel safe, and CDC guidelines are still...
Yes.
If everybody's fully vaccinated, as long as it's a small gathering and you're maintaining distance, which we are,
yep.
You don't have to wear a mask. But I'm just going to say there's a lot of stuff going on right now that really concerns me. So, if you don't know, first off, welcome back from whatever rock you've been under.
Yeah.
There is a new
variant, a new strain.
A new strain of the COVID-19 virus.
The Delta variant.
That they're calling the Delta variant, right. And it is even penetrating through vaccinated people, because the vaccine, of course, just targets the standard SARS-CoV-2.
It does.
Main variant.
Now, the good thing is with the vaccine that we have, though, even with this variant, it is the CDC is saying that the likelihood of hospitalization or death is still lower for vaccinated people, which is a good thing. So if you got the stick you still have the armor on. It's just there's maybe some chinks in the armor where it can get through.
Right.
And the breakthrough cases that they're seeing now, some of the more extreme breakthrough cases are not necessarily good, but those are also very, 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 very rare. I want to say they're still like 99.99% of the cases, the breakthrough cases are still very minor versus, those who are unvaccinated.
Yeah, basically the vaccine will keep you out of the hospital.
Right.
Keep you off a ventilator.
Right.
And just some basic numbers off of some preliminary studies show that the general effectiveness of the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines versus the Delta variant is significantly lower than what it is against the standard variants, which is about 40 to 50%.
Yeah, versus the
95 plus
93.7 to 95, ish. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm sorry. That was after one dose. So
the double dose is 93.7 for effectiveness of 2 doses.
That's that. That's versus the alpha variant.
Yeah, and then 88% versus those with Delta. So we're still up there in that low 80 or high 80s to low 90s range. So that's good. So those out there who have not been vaccinated, if you're the fence and thinking about it, I mean, I myself was vaccinated end of January, beginning of February. I mean, the third arm is really, really handy. It can hold a pop for you when you're cutting your steak. But no, I'm kidding. I've had no side effects whatsoever. It's been okay.
Yeah. And my only so let's everybody has to be tribalistic now. So are you Pfizer or Moderna?
I am Moderna.
Okay, so I'm Pfizer.
Yeah.
And I gotta say the same thing. The only side effect I had was after my second dose.
Yeah.
I had a little bit of an upset tummy the day after.
I had about 15 or 20 minutes of chills about midnight that night, and that was it.
Yeah. And so, and it gets you up to about 85 to 90% or 85 to 90% protected, even against the Delta variant.
Yes.
And it's 95 plus against the other strains.
Exactly.
So, it's people. This is not a political thing.
It's not. It really isn't.
This is a protect yourself thing. This is a health thing. I mean, and I saw another thing. I wish I had this. I wish I had bookmarked it. I didn't. I apologize. I usually try to bookmark stuff like this when I see it. But just to show you how tribal and politicized stuff like this is, there was a Pew study where they asked people, and people who were against the vaccine to start with, when they had found out that Trump had received the vaccine in January,
right,
they were far more likely to then consider taking the vaccine.
That's what I'm saying. It became a political issue when it shouldn't have. It should be a health issue.
Here's the thing that gets me though: those same people, if they were only told that Biden had received the vaccine, were even more against it.
Yeah.
Than they were. And I'm like,
it's polarized. I mean,
it's not a political thing. It's not political, people. It's a public health safety.
So we had a conversation, my wife and I did earlier today. We were talking about, she was talking to some of her family members, one of her family members, about vaccine and because close to where they're at, they're having a spike in outbreaks. And they were like, okay, so, what about, sending the kids to school and all this kind of stuff. And we were like, okay, it's one of those things where they were saying you can't live your life in fear. And I understand that. I get that the mentality of don't live your life in fear, but there's also a common sense kind of a approach to this. And I had to stop and tell Ash, I was like, okay, so Ash, I said, think of it this way. If you and I right now go out in the backyard and we walk around, the likelihood of us getting bit by a rattlesnake is fairly low. We can see all around us. We're not probably going to get bit by it. And realistically, there's probably not even a rattlesnake in the backyard.
Right.
I said, however, if we go down by the creek and we go tromping through the tall grass, the likelihood of us getting bit by a snake is probably a little higher.
Right.
So it's kind of the same thing. I'm not living my life in fear, but I know I don't need to go tromping through that grass down by the creek because I possibly could get snake bit. Now, if I also put on a pair of snake waders, even if I do get bit, well, guess what? They're probably not going to get through the snake waders.
Right.
So that's kind of like the vaccine. So now I've got that extra layer of protection. So if I do tromp through the grass or have to tromp through the grass, at least I've got some protection between me and the snake.
Right.
And she was like, you know what? It makes sense. And I was like, yes, it does.
That's the thing that gets me is it's all political and it's not common sense. It's politics. And I don't see how it's become a political thing. It just doesn't make sense to me how your health is political. Protect yourself.
That's the bottom line.
It's even, and there's people that, we don't know. Yes, the vaccine hasn't been around that long.
True.
And yes, there's no way to know true long term yet.
Yeah.
But vaccines work.
They do.
You know why I don't have a scar from a smallpox or from a
polio vaccine
on my arm?
It's because the one that your mom's got worked.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's because it worked. And okay, you don't want to get the vaccine. Fine.
Yeah.
Wear a damn mask.
Yeah.
Put it up over your face.
Don't be a nose and mouth.
Don't be a dick nose.
Yeah. You don't walk around with the tip your pecker hanging out.
Right.
Don't walk around with your nose hanging out.
Cover your nose and mouth. We went to open house at a local school down here the other night. Yeah. We got to send school's coming up. They're not going to do virtual this year. It has to be in person. And I was appalled that not a single faculty member was wearing a mask. We went in the classrooms. The classrooms are laid out.
Standard classroom, right?
Totally different than what it was when I was in school. In that classroom, there were 4 round tables.
And 4 chairs to each table.
7 chairs to each table.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, that's crowded tables.
Yeah. And I'm just like, and the age of that range is too low to be vaccinated. And we asked the teacher, and the teacher was, oh no, the school superintendent or whatever his name was, said that there's not going to be a mask mandate. You don't have to wear a mask.
Just because he says that doesn't mean he's right.
And I understand that they're just following the rules, the requirements, right? It's not required.
Yeah.
But, come on. These little kids, they have no choice. They're being forced to be in this room. They're being completely unprotected. They can't get vaccinated. You're not asking them to wear a mask. You're asking for a massive outbreak.
Here's the thing, okay? And I'm going on the record right now and saying it. Mid-September, look for the surge.
Oh, we don't have to wait till mid-September. Where it's happening right now.
No, I know. I'm saying look for a massive surge because you're going to have the first 3 weeks, these 3 weeks here in August of an incubation and spread. Then you're going to have that massive surge beginning of September to about the middle of September is when you're really going to start seeing the hospitalizations and things like that where people are bringing it home. I don't expect us to stay in school all year in person.
Oh, no, we'll be back to virtual.
We'll be back to virtual. I would say by fall break, if not sooner.
I don't know when, but I fully believe because, and you've got, I just don't understand the leadership in this, something we were talking about before we started recording. In other countries, Japan, for example, 10, 15 years ago, if you got a cold, you put on a mask if you had to go out in public.
Yep.
It wasn't a mandate. It wasn't required. No federal agency or government agency said you had to do it. It's just the polite, courteous thing to do.
It's a protective layer is what it was. It was something that they looked at and they said, you know what? Our health is at stake here.
Right.
Has nothing to do with who was in charge. It was, I don't want to get what you have, and I don't want to spread what I have to you.
Right. Exactly.
Period.
But I mean, that's what I'm saying. If
It
anybody got
was
sick,
100% non-political.
yeah, and but not even. I'm just saying, like, even back in January when our numbers were the highest, in Kentucky, when our numbers were the highest that they were, and the governor is saying mask required, there were still people who refused to wear a mask.
Yeah.
And you go to other countries and it's not even...
It's a non-issue.
It's not even an issue. It's not even something anybody thought about because it's just the thing you do.
It's a cultural difference. It's 100% a cultural difference.
Right.
And that, again, I think before we were recording, we were talking about that, and it's annoyingly selfish of us to be so self-absorbed and self-centered that, I don't care what happens to you because I'm not going to do this because it's an inconvenience for me. Yeah. That is that, and unfortunately, that's 100% American, and it's not cool.
Yeah. No.
So I'm hoping that the generation that's coming up now sees that and can change it. Unfortunately, we're having to live through hopefully the transition, but if not the transition, I'm hoping that eventually one of these days that we can get beyond.
I mean, I hope so. And I just want to start throwing some numbers just to put, it's whatever.
Yeah.
Argue what's a fact and what's not a fact. That these are the numbers as reported.
Yeah, January 6th, 2021, new cases with 5447.
In Kentucky.
Yeah, so that was January 6th.
Right. And
now look at our low point, though.
Well, hold on. This is what I want to, and that's about when the vaccine started being released.
Yeah, that was when they announced, hey, it's coming available, and then they started releasing it to the healthcare workers first.
Right. And then as it became, and you immediately see by, the middle of February, we're down to 785 cases.
New cases, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then it started becoming more available to the general public. They started releasing it to essential workers and all those other things.
Yep.
And then if you look back to where you and I had discussed, let's talk about getting back to normal.
We're talking down June 20th, around that.
Yeah, middle of June. We're talking
we're down in like teens.
Yeah.
15, 14, 13 cases.
Yeah, a day. New cases daily had dropped from 5,500 to 15.
15. Yeah.
0 on that day.
Yeah, July 5th, there were no cases.
So, I mean, and that could be a reporting thing, where the holiday.
Could have been like
whatever.
A weekend or something, yeah.
Yeah, but still, that's, we're down to the teens and the low 2-digit numbers. And now, here we are with the Delta surge, and we're back up to...
What's the 3,000 and something I saw there?
It's hard to... yeah.
3,502 on August 2nd. So that was 2 days ago.
Yeah. So I mean, this Delta thing is real, and we're starting to come back up again. And I think a lot of this too is not just vaccine. It's the governor relaxed the 6 feet distance requirements and the mask requirements.
Yep.
And
we basically went back to life before pandemic.
Yeah, and now we've got, and this is the number that really scares me, and this to me kind of shows you. Excuse me. I got a dry cough. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't say that.
This to me,
drink more water.
Yeah. This to me kind of shows what, in my opinion, poor leadership gets you.
Yeah.
So
we're not going to say who this person is. Everyone knows who they are.
If you look back, there's another state here where about the same time in January when Kentucky's high numbers were. What do we say, 5,500?
Yeah, 5447 or something like that, I think so it was.
This other state, their high numbers were like 19,000.
Yep, 19,530 on January 8th.
Yeah.
So,
and then they started having a decline, but nowhere near the decline like we had in Kentucky.
Now, that's through March. You get down to where we're in June,
Yeah,
and
but I mean,
it's not 15 cases. It was closer to like 1,500, but that's a big dip for them down from, almost 20,000 cases.
Right. But I mean, percentage-wise, though, is what I'm saying. Like, they had a dip, but not as significant of a dip as we had percentage-wise. Because you can't look at raw numbers because this state has a much higher population than Kentucky.
This is true.
I'm just talking about the percentage drop. Here's the part that scares me, though. The leadership in this state has now declared it illegal to require people to wear a mask.
Yeah.
They have declared it that schools are not allowed to require masks, that businesses are not allowed to require masks for their customers. And so, remember that back in January, their high cases were just shy of 20,000. And as of a couple of days ago, what is today?
Today is the 4th.
As of yesterday, they had 51,000 new cases.
Yep. So that their high number, like you said, was 19,500 and change.
January.
In change, yes.
Yeah.
And now we're at 51,000. So they are beyond double what their peak was right now. Yeah. So this Delta variant is making its rounds.
Well, it's not only the Delta variant. It's the
core variant. Yeah.
It's the leadership saying, you are not only are we not going to require masks, we're going to say that no one is allowed to require masks.
Yeah.
Even private companies can't require masks to enter their premises. Public schools can't require masks for people in the schools.
It's crazy.
And this is what they get. This is what's happening. Because the type of people that are going to pass those kinds of laws are also the type of people that are going to spread misinformation and disinformation about the effectiveness of the vaccines, the effectiveness of masks. And this is what happens.
You're 100% right.
And this is what terrifies me right now is, the school here is not going to require masks. Therefore, nobody's going to wear them.
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right.
And, the school could require masks here. I don't think our governor would ever try to pass a executive order stating that you're not allowed to require masks.
No, I think our governor has a little more sense than that.
Well, it's what he can do and what he can't do legally. But I'm just saying, I don't think he would ever try to push for it. And then I want to talk about another state here because this is where most of our listeners outside of Kentucky live, and that's Utah.
Hi, guys.
Hey, guys. What's up? So just to give you guys some comparative numbers, back in early
January 8th, the exact same date that this other state was, your high number was 3,793.
Yeah, so just shy of 4,000 cases. You dipped down in June to about...
I saw 100 and something there.
170, 200. So you were in the low hundreds in the early part of June to mid-June. And you are now with the surge.
728 is what I'm seeing. 1,000. There's 1211.
Yeah.
Yep.
1,100, 1,200. So you guys are getting back up around 1,000 daily cases now.
So mask up, guys.
Yeah.
Mask up.
Get vaccinated if you can.
Yeah.
I don't know about Johnson & Johnson.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm on the fence with that one.
Pfizer and Moderna, they're safe.
Yeah,
it's okay. And if you don't want to do that, look, I wouldn't even force my own stepdaughter to get the vaccine. We had many long discussions about it. And I tried to get her to see it as a positive thing.
Yes.
For her own health and safety.
Yeah.
I will try to guilt trip you into getting it. I will say that I feel like everyone should be vaccinated.
Yeah.
They're safe. They don't, studies, read more than just one place.
Yeah.
I've read all the studies that say, oh, it causes myocarditis. Well, okay, look at that study. Look at the numbers.
Right. If you're talking about 0.00003% of people that have received it that are getting this.
Well, I mean, there was a good number of people, but okay, so yes, there was correlation between people who had received the vaccine and subsequently been diagnosed with myocarditis. But then go look at myocarditis. What's the rate of occurrence of myocarditis in the general population? Well, hey, guess what? It's pretty much the exact rate of people who had been vaccinated that were diagnosed with myocarditis.
It says here it's a rare condition of fewer than 200,000 in the U.S. per year.
Right. So, but that's what I'm saying is the rate of occurrence. You do the math to whatever that is. 1%, we'll just say. So 1% of people who had received the COVID vaccine were subsequently diagnosed with myocarditis. Well, if you look at the numbers for myocarditis, 1% of the population has the inflammation of the heart.
I mean, here it's literally the one of the headlines that I'm looking at right now is that myocarditis is actually more common after COVID-19 infection than vaccination. So if you've gotten the virus, you're more likely to actually get myocarditis than if you had the vaccine to get.
Right.
So,
but I mean,
there's
my
always
point was
those
you got to
things.
be careful with correlation and causation.
Yes.
The numbers are there, and yes, there were people that had the vaccine that had subsequently been diagnosed with myocarditis, but it occurred at no greater rate than just what myocarditis occurs in the population
Naturally.
So you got to be careful because these people want you to see things their way, and
There's always an agenda. Just remember that.
yeah, where does the money come from?
Yeah, where does the money come from, or what end are the means? I mean, what end are they working toward?
Yeah, just follow the money.
Yeah,
And that'll tell you. But like I try to be as even-minded and look at both sides as I can. And again, I don't see how this is a political issue. It infuriates me when people make it a political issue.
Yeah.
It's just public health and safety.
Okay, so since we were going to talk about life after the COVID pandemic and how life is going to get back to normal, now what do we do? Now what are we looking at?
Well, I mean, so I know one of the things, I'm going to speak for you. I know one of the things you had been looking forward to was a trip to Disney.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about that now? Since we have an unnamed state who has more than double.
Shame on you. Honestly, almost daily, if not, every other day at minimum, I'm going to Disney's website and looking at the policies that they're putting in place.
Okay.
And they have changed their approach to things just in the last 48 hours even.
Okay, wow.
So they are requiring masks again in lines. If you're in line for a ride, if you're inside a building.
Okay, well, not to contradict the anonymity of said state, but the governor of the state of Florida, wherein Disney resides, has stated that.
But here's the thing, too.
Places of business cannot require masks.
We're going to talk about that a little bit here in a little bit as well, I do believe, and how Disney can kind of ride its own ticket.
True.
So, but yes, they are requiring, and then they're even now to the point of saying that if at any time during your stay, if you start having symptoms, you will be ejected from property. So they're
sweet.
So they're
got like a little tightly wound spring with a chair and these.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Do it Disney style, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Charge for that ride.
Shoot, yeah.
So they are taking precautions. Honestly, though, I'm expecting any time to get the email saying, hey, the park's probably going to be shut back down for a short amount of time, or if not shut down, limited everything. So
right.
I don't know. We're flying there, so that's another issue. Travel,
I don't think you'll have much problem with that because I've been doing some reading on air travel, and their filtration systems on the planes are
pretty good,
pretty well able to handle.
And they do require masking.
Right.
From the time that you get out of your vehicle, pretty much at the airport until you are leaving their property, you're masked. So I feel pretty good. I mean, I feel okay with that. And being on property at Disney, for anyone that's never stayed at a Disney resort, it's its own world. I mean, literally, they have their own everything, their own culture there, their own way of transporting. They even have their own language there. I mean, they don't have employees; they have cast members. I mean, it's just they have everything is like Disney is its own thing.
Right.
So if you've never been, it's an experience. So I think that. I mean, I look forward to the trip if we're able to make it. If we're not, we'll reschedule for a later date. So
like, what's your threshold? Like, where does their, like, even like, say right now, 50,000 cases a day, would you go as long as they're requiring masks, or is that too much?
It's borderline too much, honestly.
Okay.
So, like I said, with Disney being at least proactive about trying to protect people,
right,
that makes me feel a little better. They, like I say, they do things. I don't want to say they do things right, but they do things with the traveler in mind. So the person that's there at their parks, the whole Disney magic thing happens only at Disney because Disney is its own thing. And when they have that mentality of making sure that the people there are safe, I feel a little better with them. I don't know why, but I just do. I don't know. We'll just have to see.
Right on. Yeah.
Well, we may touch base with this again a little closer to time. We're going at the beginning of October, so.
Okay. And then, so as far as me, we had the season. Our big thing this year, I try to do one big thing for the family every year.
Right.
So the big thing I did for this year was season tickets to Dollywood.
Yeah.
So we could go as many times as we wanted to, hit the park, have a good time. The meal plan is the way to go.
Oh, nice. I've not done the meal plan.
It's only at the water park. But for the four of us, we get $100 worth of free food every time we go.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Because food can get very expensive at a park.
It only works at the water park, though. I didn't know that when I bought it. It doesn't say that.
So it's not at Dollywood itself.
It's not at Dollywood itself. It's only at Splash Country.
Yeah.
But you get one snack and one meal. And you need to walk around because, for example, one of the items is a pretzel.
Yeah.
Soft pretzel. And at one of the places, a soft pretzel is a snack. And at another one, it's a meal.
Heard that.
So,
got to know what you're doing.
Yeah,
so.
you got to pay attention to where you're ordering from because you can get the same thing for, cheaper somewhere else. Because some of their meals is, a 3rd pound hamburger, fries, and a drink.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
And normally something like that at an amusement park is an easy 10 to 12, maybe even closer to $15.
$13 off the menu.
Yeah. So you can spend a lot of money quick at restaurants in the parks.
So, earlier this year, even when the park opened, I was really skeptical about going because of COVID.
Right.
The numbers started coming down. I got my vaccination. Rebecca got her vaccination. It was still before
the kids were able to.
The children were able to.
Yeah.
So we went ahead and went.
Yeah.
Everybody had to wear masks the whole time.
Yep.
I was adamant. And so we
Not
did.
At the water park.
No, we went to Dollywood.
Oh, I was going to say, don't waterboard the kids.
Why not? It's fun. It's fun for me. They don't like it, but I think it's a blast. Not at the water. We went to Dollywood because the water park hadn't opened yet.
Yes.
It was still too cold. So we were just down at the Dollywood itself to the coaster part. And, everybody had to wear a mask.
Right.
And I was okay with that. And then fewer cases. And then we went back and I was like, okay, wear your mask when we're in lines.
Yeah.
But as long as
when
you're
not
not
close to people.
Yeah. And then it warmed up some more and the water park opened. And, obviously, like you're saying, you can't waterboard the kids.
Right.
So we've been 3 times now to the water park, and one more since then to Dollywood.
Yeah.
And I pretty much have just kind of given up on masks because the cases were low.
Right.
You know,
the trend line was in the right direction.
Yeah, and the cases were low enough that I didn't feel like there was a high enough risk.
Yeah, I was going to say out of the 30,000 people that are there.
Right.
You know.
And it's still wash and sanitize and all that stuff. Just don't try to stay away from people. Obviously, on the ride, you can't.
Right.
In the lines, you can't really because nobody gives 6 feet.
No.
So you just do the best you can, but wash your hands, sanitize your hands, and then just be careful.
Right.
But now that everything's going back up again, and you know, the preliminary numbers are showing that you're only 85 instead of 95% protected. I mean, I still feel pretty good about 85% protected.
That's still really good.
That's.
I mean, considering the flu vaccine, just the regular flu vaccine was only about 70.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I still feel pretty good about 85, but it's just it does make me more hesitant about going out to do things. Like we had kind of started talking about maybe going to Myrtle Beach or Gulf Shores or hitting the beach sometime this October maybe.
Right.
But now I'm scared again. Like and it's not that I'm living my life in fear, like you're saying. Like to me, I try to think about it like, oh God, what was that movie with Ben Stiller? I just watched it the other day. Along Came Polly. Yeah. Right. It's risk mitigation.
Right.
You know, you're never going to be 100% safe.
No. But yeah, you're right. You can't. You're never going to be there.
Right. You're never going to be 100% safe. But, you know,
don't try to go out and
don't load 6 shells in a revolver and spin the cylinder and point it at your head.
Right.
Right. You know, if you have
even 5.
Well, but I'm just saying, like, if you have the option, if you have to do it and you have the option, only put 1 in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's just, you do what you can to lower the risks as much as you can.
Exactly.
So if I can get vaccinated.
Yep.
If I wear a mask.
Yep.
If I maintain 6 feet of distance.
Yep.
That's 3 things that I can do that are not inconvenient to me to lower my chances.
Yeah. And that's the bottom line of it. And the thing is if everyone done, not even everyone, if 90% of the people did just that,
right.
Those 3 things, vaccine, mask, distance, this would go away.
I don't know that it would ever go away.
It wouldn't be near what it is now.
Right. Yeah. No.
I mean, we saw what happened. Yeah. We saw the trend line.
Yeah.
When vaccines were happening, when mask mandates were mandatory, when social distancing was something that was mandatory.
Right.
We saw what happened.
Yeah.
So it works. That's the bottom line of it. It works. And yes, you're right. It may never go away, but it could be squashed to a point that it's manageable.
Right. It could be squashed to flu levels or, any other contagious disease.
Ebola.
Well, that's a whole different kind of beast, though.
But, I mean, we've squashed it to the point that it's...
Well, it squashes itself, to be fair. Ebola squashes... It's so rapid and so fatal that it kills people before they can infect anybody else.
Wow.
So, I mean, I get where you're going, but Ebola is like a little kind of a different case.
Yeah.
Because it really... If it had the 2-week incubation period, we'd be in big trouble.
And well, something too is like so you're right, but I've also seen that the response to something like that is swift, coordinated, and there is no gray zone. It is, this is what we're going to do because this will stop.
Yeah. And I see people, like, another thing that bugs me is I like numbers, and people start putting numbers, and I don't want to lie. I see people putting numbers out. Okay.
What are you looking for?
There it is. Okay, there we go. Okay. So there's people out here that post like, oh, well, it's only so many fatalities and there's only so many deaths. So, the number that they often point out is that there are only...
there, right there.
Yeah, there are only 600,000 deaths. It's this column, I think, from COVID. Okay. And they're like, that's no big deal. 600,000 deaths. Boo hoo hoo. That's less than whatever percent of the population. Okay. Well, you people that love that 600,000 number, let's talk about some of the greatest tragedies, the greatest casualty numbers in American history. Let's talk about World War I and the number of soldiers that died in World War I. That was only 0.11% of the population.
So you're talking U.S. casualties or total casualties of the whole war?
Total U.S. deaths.
Okay.
From related to fighting.
Okay.
So that's this number, right?
That is
total U.S. deaths.
Yep, that column right there.
And
right there.
Right there.
116,000
deaths as a result of World War I combat. That's only 0.11% of the United States population. What's the big deal, people?
Yeah, less than 1%.
Less than one, just barely. It's like 0.1% of the population.
Yeah.
World War II. Okay, that's a bigger number. That's 405,000 deaths.
Yeah.
That's only 0.39%.
So just below 0.4.
It's not even 0.5%. You add those two numbers together, guess what you still don't get?
1%.
You still don't get 600,000 deaths combined from World War I and World War II.
Yep, you're right. I mean,
those two are considered some of the greatest sacrifices made by American citizens in war.
Yeah.
And people go on and on and on about the sacrifices our boys made overseas and the number of lives that were lost and how big of a tragedy it was.
This is
you
much
add
bigger.
World War I and World War II together and you still don't get how many people have died from COVID, and you still want to act like it's no big deal, and that pisses me off.
Yeah.
Like, it's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
That's a lot of people. Yeah, it might be a point whatever percent of the population. I don't care. That's a lot of people that have died.
Yep.
And you can't turn lives into statistics. What is it? What was the quote from like Stalin, I think? When one person dies, it's a tragedy. When 1 million die, it's a statistic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's insane.
It's callous.
Yep.
We've had more American citizens die from COVID than have died from World War II and World War I combined.
Yep. Yeah.
That's a big deal. That's a really big deal. And I'm sick of people playing it off like it's nothing.
Yeah. You're absolutely right.
And so, okay.
But
let's
anyway.
just I got another rant coming up. I got to save my energy. So I know one of the other big things that you're looking forward to this fall. Yeah. Would it be fall? End of the summer, fall, whatever, around there. Was
September?
I don't know when it was. Well, that too. Yeah.
Yeah. Another thing coming up. Anniversary 9/11 concert. I'm going to a Dead and Company concert on 9/11.
Now, are they still with
John Mayer's still there? Yeah. He's still doing the front. He's still playing guitar and doing the singing, on quite a few of the numbers. Again, I'm expecting any day to hear that show has been canceled.
Is that a indoor or outdoor show?
It's an outdoor. It's at Riverbend, Cincinnati. So it's outdoor venue, which helps. They do a lot of outdoor venues. As a matter of fact, most of their shows are outdoors. But I expect it to be canceled anytime, especially with the numbers going up as rapidly as they are. Right. It wasn't this bad when they canceled before. So yeah, I honestly don't expect to get to go to that show, which sucks. So I had tickets to the last one. That was in 19. No, I bought them in 19 for the 2000 shows. Canceled. No, I guess it wasn't. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I guess it was the 2019 shows. The fall that year, we had tickets, got canceled. 2000, they did nothing. So they finally they're doing a fall tour this year because they thought, hey, everything's going to be back to good. And
right. They thought, hey, people are going to get the vaccine. And
well, I mean, the trend lines were going in the right direction. Now they're not. So, like I say, I expect that show to be canceled any time, which sucks. And but anyway, if not, I'm going to go see Dead and Company. That's another thing that I've been looking forward to that may get disrupted on due to this. So I don't know. Theaters. Indoor, the indoor stuff. That's the real thing. Like outdoor stuff, I guess I can see where they can adjust and move forward. I mean, regardless, like the show that we're going to, like Ashley and I have to take our card. We have to show our vaccination card before we can get in. It's required.
Okay, cool. I'm glad you brought that up because I've got a question about that.
Okay.
I have my card.
Yeah.
Do you have to have the actual card?
I laminated mine. I've got my actual card and I've got it laminated.
Well, see, I just scanned it on here on my phone.
Right.
Because I don't want to carry, like, it's too big.
They're big. Yeah, they're pretty good size.
It's too big to, like, carry with you all the time.
Yeah, you're right. Which begs the question, do we need to do what some of the other countries are doing with the vaccine passport thing, where it's an app on your phone that shows that you've been vaccinated and it's got a little barcode and they can scan it and to verify it and all that.
That'd be cool.
I think it would be great. Yeah. My personal thoughts are, but then some people say, oh, that's an intrusion of my privacy.
Papers? Show me your papers.
We don't need no papers. No, but I think that would be a great thing for travel, for getting in places. I think France, is it, that has instituted a mandatory vaccination verification to get into restaurants, to get into any kind of like theater shows or things like that.
I would say a lot of places are moving that way.
Yeah, I think that's happened in the last couple of 3 days or something like that, and they're rioting over there now because of it. The anti-vaxxers are. So yeah, so that's kind of crazy, but I think we're taking our actual card. So I mean, I'll just slip them in my my pocket and go,
right, or
backpack or whatever. Because like I say, it's outdoor. Taking the kid to see Dead and Company. Last time she was at the Dead and Company show, she was in Mommy's belly.
Oh, well.
So yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
How does she do with stuff like that?
Who? Penelope?
Yeah, with like the loud.
We'll take. We're gonna get her the little headphones. The little muffler headphones. She's never been to like a live show.
Okay.
Down here in the studio here, I play music down here quite a bit, and like she's okay with it unless it gets a little. If it gets loud, she'll cover her ears and go out. But I try not to get too loud.
Right on.
So yeah.
So talking about events and venues and indoor venues, I know earlier before recording we were talking about you were kind of excited about the new Ghostbusters movie that's coming out.
Stoked is what I am. I'm not just excited. I am like beside myself. I can't wait, dude.
So my problem with anything like that is any time in the past that I've gotten amped up,
you've been let down.
I've always felt let down, and I don't think it's I think it's my fault. I don't think it's the item itself. I think it's just me getting too excited to the point where no matter how good it was never going to be good enough to warrant my level of excitement.
Well, okay, so there's a few names that simply just because they are here,
okay,
I am stoked. Okay,
all right.
Well, number one, Bill Murray.
Right on.
Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd.
Okay.
Sigourney Weaver, Ernie Hudson, Annie Potts, That is your core. That is your core.
Okay. So yeah, awesome. But why don't I make just a crap load of noise today? Oh my gosh, I keep hitting the table and my mic boom is making all kinds of racket. Yeah, okay, so that's cool that all those people are there. But
not to mention, okay, so like the thing is dealing with like the grandkids of Egon, because he's passed away and they're like they've inherited the house and da da da. So the kids, McKenna Grace, she's playing Phoebe.
I don't know who that is, but okay.
Okay, so McKenna Grace, let me see something that she has been in, her big thing. She worked on Gifted. She was in The Handmaid's Tale.
Is that the redheaded lady?
She's a kid. Actress. Yeah. Yeah, she was born in like 2006. So she's a kid. Finn Wolfhard is going to be in it. So, from Stranger Things. He is the other, he's the other Egon, like, grandkid. So yeah, I mean, like I say, I'm just so stoked because it's not a reboot. It's not. It is a sequel to Ghostbusters 1 and 2, which makes me so stoked.
Okay, so let me read you a few more names.
Okay.
Bill Murray.
Yeah. Right.
Ernie Hudson.
Yes.
Sigourney Weaver.
Right.
And I know offhand without looking it up, but yeah, Annie Potts.
Yep.
And what's the other
Dan
guy?
Aykroyd. Yep.
Is it A-K?
Aykyroyd. He's playing Ray Stantz.
Yeah.
They're all here.
Okay. Yeah. Dan Aykroyd. Boom. You know what movie all of those people were in?
What? Oh, the reboot or the
Ghostbusters 2016.
Yeah, but the reboot was so horrendous.
It wasn't though.
I thought it was terrible.
It wasn't.
I could not stand it. But I don't like is it Jenny McCarthy? Is there not Jenny McCarthy? Melissa McCarthy. I can't stand her. Like I can't watch her because like she makes me grit my teeth.
But my thing is, I watched it and. The plot I thought was a little loose. It didn't really track.
Right.
Like the plot didn't make a whole lot of sense for the 2016 female cast. But I mean, I don't get the hate for the movie. Like
I think it was because it was so far removed from what Ghostbusters was.
But it wasn't. It was stupid comedy. I mean, like
you're right. I mean, there's with Ghostbusters there is some stupid comedy in it, but the way that they approached the original two films was not 100% comedy, because if that were the case, Bill Murray would not have been in it. As a matter of fact, he wasn't supposed to be in the first one. Like he traded off Ghostbusters so that way he could make Where the Buffaloes Roam. He was like, I will not be in this movie unless you let me make this other movie, which was the Hunter Thompson movie. And it's Where the Buffaloes Roam is not great, not by any stretch of the imagination, but he was not going to be in it. He like refused. So they had to, like the parts that were written, of course, Harold Ramis, Dan Aykroyd are the two that wrote the movie.
Yeah.
There is a comedy line through it, but the approach was more serious. And the 2016 was just like, was too comedy, too goofy. It didn't have that feel like the old one had, So I mean, if it would have been a pass the torch type thing or I
think my only problem with the 2016 female cast, largely female cast, was I think they got a lot of flack from people that just hated it because it was women. I'm not saying that's your case, but I think a lot of it was just people hating the fact that it was an all-female Ghostbuster crew.
Yeah.
I think that was a lot of it. To me, the part they missed that kind of bothered me was, I get it. It was largely a female-run enterprise. And I get that it's been the tropes in Hollywood that girls are vapid, empty-headed.
True.
Whatever. if you watch the original Ghostbusters movies,
right,
1 and 2, Annie Potts is not a vapid airhead.
Not even close.
She gives just as good as she gets.
Yes, she does. She has got a sharp little tongue on her.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Yeah, it's great. And that's what makes her intriguing. That's what makes Janine an intriguing character in the films.
Yes.
They totally screwed the pooch with that.
Yep.
With Hemsworth.
Yep.
He was just a dumb...
He was an airhead.
He was a dumb airhead muscle guy.
Yep.
And I get that they're just lashing out at years of that kind of portrayal of women in Hollywood.
Yeah, that was definitely a
But
target
Ghostbusters
missed.
didn't do that.
No, not even close. That's why I said the original 2 had more of a the feel through the whole movie was, yes, this is tongue in cheek and it's kind of funny, but at the same time there was a level of seriousness through the whole thing. They took the characters seriously.
Yeah.
You know, they've developed the characters, and the dialogue was good, and all of that. And the 2016 one, I didn't feel like it was there at all. So I'm hoping that this one is going to be as good as the old ones, or at least.
Here's my problem.
Okay.
It's what, 30 years?
It is 30
over
years.
30 years.
Yeah.
From
and
the original.
I do not see Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, and Ernie Hudson doing any ghost chasing. I don't see that going to be happening.
Well, but my problem is if they're in the film, and they're supposed to be portraying the same characters.
They are. This one is supposed to be a passing the torch film.
Right. I just feel like it's going to be very hard for this movie to be accepted by what are now 40 to 50-year-old fans that are nostalgic about a 30-year-old movie. And no matter what they do with this, it's not going to. You don't
think it's going to live up to it?
Well, I don't know that it's. I don't think it's going to live. I don't think no matter what they do, I don't think it could live up to nostalgia.
Okay.
Like I think a lot of people want it to be 1984 Ghostbusters again.
And I can see that. I think with me I feel like the story was never closed. It was the ending of the story was never told.
True.
So I'm hoping that that's what this either this is a telling of the end of the story, or it passes the torch to a new group that is going to take it and run with it. There's a couple of big things that whenever I first saw it, I was like, okay, this has got potential. And one of those is one actor we haven't mentioned so far is Paul Rudd. He is one of those guys in movies that he can thread a needle. He can either do really, really, really great things, or he can really, really, really goof it up. And what I've seen thus far, his character is threading a needle. He's doing well. Okay. But the most exciting part of this that I think I've seen so far is the director's name.
Oh yeah,
Jason Reitman. This is the son of Ivan Reitman, so it's got that. There's continuity. It's there.
But does he have his dad's?
From the shots that I've seen,
okay,
in the trailers,
right,
they look good.
Because that's important
too. It even has that grittiness of the old films.
I mean, look at Star Wars.
Yeah,
right. I mean, they already had the stories written, but they changed directors for the second film, and it screwed everything.
Right.
Even though the story was already down, the guy helming it and framing it and
was completely different. Yeah.
And to hear, I'm not a fan. I haven't seen any of them. I haven't seen a Star Wars movie since episode 6.
Okay.
Whatever, the old original trilogy.
Right.
I saw those 3.
And that was it.
I haven't seen anything since then.
Okay.
I've seen clips from episode 1.
Yeah.
I haven't seen episode 1. I've seen clips from episode 1, and that was enough to make me go, yeah, don't want nothing to do with that.
Right.
And with the emo boy and Ray and whatever, like, I just don't care.
Yeah.
But I've heard from people talking that, you know, when they change directors, it just
changes everything.
The tone of the movie changed, and the through arc of the franchise went off the rails. And they had to bring the original guy back for the third movie, and then he had to like try to pull it back.
I can see that.
And so that's cool if he does have his dad's thought process.
Right.
If he can frame it that way and tell the story that way, that would be neat.
Yeah. And I mean, you've got Aykroyd that, you know, writing. So that's another piece of continuity there. So, I mean, I'm feeling good about this one. This is one that, like, I have not been to the theater since, I don't know when. I honestly could not tell you the last film that I went to see in the theater.
I actually can. The last movie I saw in theaters was Sonic.
I don't even know what that is.
The hedgehog, the little blue hedgehog.
Oh, Sonic. Yeah.
Sonic the hedgehog.
Sonic the hedgehog.
Yeah.
Yeah. Penelope is loving Sonic right now. By the way, it's on like Hulu. She's about every other day. She's like, I want to watch that blue guy.
Yeah. But yeah, that was another, you know, public lashback film.
But no, I mean, honestly, like I say, I don't know what the last film I saw in the theater. So this one I am stoked about, because this is one I want to go to the theater and see. So
cool.
It may have been the last Star Wars film, honestly. The last one with Mark Hamill and
episode 9.
Episode, yeah.
I don't know the titles of any of them.
Yeah, I think it was, I don't know, something to do with Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what it's called. I don't know. Anyway.
They had him in the proofing drawer?
I guess.
And he doubled in size.
But yeah, so, this is one I'm definitely looking forward to. Ghostbusters. Cool. Anything on the horizon that you're, as far as movies go? I mean, I know you've been like super busy as of late, but there's been nothing coming out that's grabbed my attention. Yeah.
In film, TV. The older daughter and I have been watching The Umbrella Academy.
I've watched the first season. I've not.
We just started season 2.
I haven't watched season 2
Episode 1 of season 2.
Yeah, good. I really like Klaus.
Klaus is probably my favorite character.
He's my favorite. Him and Five. I really like both of them.
I don't like Five. She knows Five because apparently he's on a Disney show. So she knows that actor. He's okay. He's a little flat.
Yeah.
Like he's always.
I think he's supposed to be, because he's like an old man. But he's supposed
to be 60.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'll tell you who the standout for me in that film is, or in that show. In that show is Hazel,
the big guy.
Yeah. It took me a while. I was like, man, that voice. I know. So Netflix has another show called Mindhunter.
Yeah.
And it's about the creation of the behavioral analysis unit in Quantico for the FBI.
Oh, cool.
And it's a fictional representation of the actual historical events of the creation of that unit.
I have got to watch that one. Mindhunter.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch that.
And it's really good, and it shows how, you know, in the 60s to 70s, they started thinking about, you know, what makes a repeat offender? Why do some people repeat? And
started looking for the patterns.
They started looking for what caused it and all this stuff. And they go, long story short, they start interviewing serial killers.
Yeah.
That are on life sentences in prison. And there was a guy, and dude, it is creepy to go on YouTube and look it up. There's a guy that they actually interview, and they videotaped all the interviews, and you can see this dude, the actual serial killer, huge, Dude's like 6'7", 6'8", something. Massive guy. And they're talking to him. And you can go watch clips from the show where they're sitting down with, and it's the same actor that plays Hazel,
right,
in Umbrella Academy. He looks a little different. They've done his hair, and like he's got just a mustache, and because they try to make him look as much like the actual person.
Yeah.
He does such a good job mimicking the physical motions and the speech patterns and the inflection, not necessarily the tone of voice, but the guy had like a very stop and start kind of a melodious way that he would say certain things. And the actor does just a phenomenal job of mimicking that kind of speech pattern.
Wow,
and
that's
everything.
cool.
And it's really good. And the show is amazing. There's 2 seasons out so far. And they're at the end of the second season, they start getting into BTK.
Oh, yeah.
But they interview a lot of people in the show, like Berkowitz.
Yeah. Dahmer. No. I was going to say he did his interviews right before he was executed. So
I don't think they've done
90s.
Dahmer. Maybe they did. I know they did Berkowitz because they basically they were like, yeah, this guy's full of shit.
Yeah.
Because he was trying to tell them the whole dog told me to do it.
Yeah.
And they were like, dude, you're full of it.
Did they do Manson?
Yeah, I was trying to I was doing this trying to think of his name, and I'm like the Helter Skelter guy, but I couldn't think of his name. Yeah, Manson, and basically the same thing. They were like, because they're wanting to talk to killers,
right?
And he wasn't a killer.
Yeah,
like he was a
charismatic.
He was a manipulator.
Yeah,
he was a con man.
Yep.
And they're like, Manson's nothing. He's not. I mean, the things he did were terrible. But for what they wanted to know and the things they were trying to understand of the human mind, it wasn't him.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
they want the hands-on guy.
They want to know, what's going through your mind when you're strangling somebody to death.
Yeah.
Or like that dude that Hazel plays. I wish I knew the actor's name, but I don't. Like he talks about like keeping the bodies in the trunk of his car and like manipulating them again and all this stuff. And it's just... It's sick. It's sick stuff.
Yeah.
But he goes into all the detail. And so, yeah. But we've been watching Umbrella Academy. I love him in that show, too.
Okay, his name is Cameron Britton.
Okay.
Cameron Britton. Britton.
He's a great actor.
Yeah.
I liked him in Umbrella Academy. And he's had a role so far in season 2 as well. So,
yeah. I like him. He's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
The whole through the whole first season with him and the donut shop.
Agnes.
No,
Dolores.
Is it Dolores is his partner, isn't it?
Oh, that's Cha-Cha.
Yeah, it's Cha-Cha.
No, Dolores is the dummy. Agnes is the donut
Agnes
shop
is
lady.
Yeah. Was just phenomenal. Like every time it would get to those scenes, I'd be like, I mean, I felt. I mean, you literally feel for that character.
Yeah,
like, he makes you like he pulls your heartstrings.
We're watching it, and every time they go to kiss, Kaylin's just going. Ah! Ah!
Great show.
It's good. It's a little. I hope it doesn't fall into the heroes.
And it probably will.
Thing. Like save the cheerleader, save the world, because season 2 starts off with the apocalypse happens again, and now they got to stop the apocalypse again, and it's just really apocalypse again. Like you couldn't come up with something else for season 2, which I mean I know they're just following the comics, and maybe that's what happened in the comics. I don't know, but anyway.
Yeah, like I said, we watched the first season. I haven't done anything with the second season yet, so we probably will eventually watch it. Yeah. But I'm definitely going to be looking at Mindhunter.
Yeah. Not the movie. There's a movie called Mindhunter.
Yeah, the series, the Netflix series.
Yeah, it's a Netflix series. Okay. Yeah. So I got one more thing. I got this rant that I want to get off my chest.
You do it. Go for it. Mike is yours.
So, we've been talking about Hollywood and all this other stuff and movies and films and entertainment. And there's a big entertainment story going on right now about Scarlett Johansson in a legal battle with Disney. And a friend of mine posted a post on Facebook, and he was just kind of mocking the whole thing. Like, really, Scarlett? Boo hoo hoo, you only got $20 million. That must be terrible. How bad, how sad. You only got $20 million. And to me, I'm putting my own viewpoint on this, and I hope that's what is actually happening. And from the way her lawyers represented the case, this is what's going on in my mind. It's not about the money. I mean, it is about the money, but it's not about the money. She had a contract with Disney that guaranteed her a certain pay scale based on a standard theatrical release cycle, meaning that the film would release only in theaters. It would not be available for streaming. It would not be available for rental for a certain period of time. Then it would become available on other platforms.
And she would make a little bit off of each one of these things after.
She would make her money off of box office sales.
Right.
Box office gross. And that's another way Hollywood screws people, is if you look at the Hollywood accountants, there's never been a film made that was profitable. Ever. No film made has ever made money.
Right.
Because there's been other cases of that in the past as well. The people that made Mad Max Fury Road got sued because they claimed that the movie didn't make any money. They lost that lawsuit, by the way. It was proved that they made a significant amount of money and were ordered to pay the actor his points off the box office. But anyway, her contract stated that she was to be reimbursed off box office gross with a standard theatrical release calendar.
Right.
Disney then decided that they were going to release it day and date on their Disney Premium platform so that you could sit at home and watch it on there for $30.
Yay, Disney Plus.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have Disney Plus.
I do
think
too,
it's great. But her contract also stipulated that if Disney changed the release cycle, they would have to renegotiate her contract to include proceeds from alternate revenue streams, meaning Disney Plus, basically. Or if they sold the rights to Netflix or whatever, like, they would have to include some of that in her contract.
Right.
Disney decided that they were going to change it to day and date, and they didn't owe her a damn thing. She got paid her
$20 million,
and that's what she got. And she's saying, no. My contract specifically states if you change the release, you have to renegotiate my pay structure. And to me, Disney, for decades, has had enough money. They got more money than God. They can go and literally have the laws of the United States of America rewritten to their whims. And no, I'm not making that up. They've done it multiple times.
Let me tell you, just hold your thought for a second right there. While I was working for the big box store that's in town here back years ago, one of those that you're talking about specifically came through because we were in the middle of rewriting copyrights specifically for photographs.
Right.
And because I worked in the photo lab, and it used to be that a photograph or a photographer's production was copyrighted for 75 years. That was typically the life of a individual or a entity.
Right.
While that was being hashed out in courts because of a certain mouse.
Right.
copyright became, at that point, something that lasts effectively forever if you have the money to continue to restate. And they said the reason they wanted the law rewritten is they didn't want to deal with the money part, because every piece of merchandise or article out there that depicted that mouse's face would have to be audited, and they would have to pay royalty specifically for that to be on every piece of merchandise. So instead, the law now states that they changed it to where basically if the mouse was on there and they own copyright to the mouse, they can produce anything they want in any amount that they want without having to pay any kind of a royalty for it. So anyway, yes, they can rewrite those laws. I was part of that. I saw it because we had to deal with it with the photo lab and photo copyright.
Well, I mean, there's been other stuff that way too. Like, I think the copyright laws originally only guaranteed you like 35 years.
That's 25, I think, is the original, and then I think they upped it from 25 to like, it wasn't 50. It was like 25 to like say I think 35, and then it went up to like. But it was like an odd number. It's like 47 years or something like that. And then 75 was whenever I was working there. But I remember we had all of those.
Every time that law has been rewritten has been when Disney is about to lose copyright of Mickey Mouse.
Yep.
That's essentially what's every time Disney comes up on the deadline that they're going to lose their copyrights and Mickey Mouse is going to become public domain. They go to Congress and have the law rewritten to extend copyright laws so that they can keep making money off that imagery.
Yep.
And no one else is allowed to use it for any purpose.
Yep.
And so it's not just Scarlett Johansson. Disney has been doing this since the 1940s.
Yep.
50s. I mean, they have the money to do whatever they want, and they get away with it because who can stand up to them? Like, what is the guy's name? Tom Hardy, I think, was, or it might have been the female lead in that movie, the Furiosa. I can't remember the actress's name, but
I don't know.
She's a pretty lady. I just can't remember her name. Anyway, it might have been her or it might have been Tom Hardy. But one of them sued the production company. And there's been multiple instances of this throughout the years. It's not just a recent thing. But basically, anytime an actor actually has the audacity to stand up and demand payment that they've been promised, they're blackballed.
Right.
They never work in Hollywood again. And this was Scarlett's last film with Disney. Her contract was over. They were not going to renew her contract after this. And so now she's like, hey, we got a contract that guarantees you're going to maybe pay me on this certain schedule, and you're reneging.
Right. So
let's get the lawyers involved and get me the money that I'm due. And he's like, other people are of the opinion, oh, boo-hoo, only $20 million. And I get it. That's fair. That's a lot of money.
That's quite a bit of money, but that's not what the contract said.
But I'm of the opinion that, especially if you put it in print, if it's in a contract that's signed by both parties, they should be legally obligated to pay out.
Yeah.
If that's not the payment structure they wanted, they should have negotiated better. I mean, that's just like, I can't go to my employer and go, oh, well, I mean, I know when you hired me, I agreed to work for X amount of dollars, but I want Y now.
See, I'm just kind of glancing over some of the lawsuits that have been brought up,
right,
specifically from this practice, the accounting, the Hollywood accounting practice. Mm-hmm. And some of them are crazy.
Yeah. Like
insane. Stan Lee was involved in one over the Spider-Man. So Stan Lee, creator of the comic character Spider-Man, had a contract that would award him 10% of the net profit of anything based on his character. The film Spider-Man in 2002 made more than $800 million in revenue, but the producers claimed that it did not make any profit as defined in Lee's contract. Lee received nothing.
Right.
In 2002, he filed a lawsuit against Marvel Comics. The case was settled in January 2005, with Marvel paying him $10 million to quote, finance past and future payments claimed by Mr. Lee. So, I mean, yeah, it happens across the board. I mean, I'm seeing Fox is doing this, Paramount is doing this, Wingnut Films even, New Line Cinema, with Pete Jackson's Lord of the Rings and Hobbit stuff. Yeah. Michael Moore with the Weinsteins, Harvey and Bob. It's crazy. Warner Brothers.
It's rampant. It's not one studio. It is Hollywood.
It is across. There's the Disney Corporation, a $270 million lawsuit for to Celador over accounting tricks used to mask profits on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire licensed franchise. It's unreal. Mm-hmm. Unreal.
And they get away with it because they've got the money. So
it says here, this refers to the opaque or quote-unquote creative accounting methods used by the film, video, and television industry to budget and record profits for film projects. Expenditures can be inflated to reduce or eliminate the reported profit of the project, thereby reducing the amount which the corporation must pay in taxes and royalties to other profit sharing agreements, as these are based on the net profit. Hollywood accounting gets its name from its prevalence in the entertainment industry, that is, in the movie studios of Hollywood at the time when the most studios were located in Hollywood. Those affected can include actors, writers, but also production companies, producers, and investors. Says then a number of cases of creative accounting have been successfully pursued in court and resulted in hundreds of millions of dollars in awarded damages. So some people have fought the industry and won, but again, it's a small number considering how many times this has happened. This is crazy. I have never really even, I don't guess I never really even thought of this, and I haven't really been following the whole thing with Scarlett Johansson. So I didn't really know anything much about this, but I didn't realize it was so like across the board, so prevalent.
Right.
Wow. Just wow.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the fear.
This line. This is crazy. According to Lucasfilm, Return of the Jedi, despite having earned $475 million at the box office against a budget of $32.5 million, quote, has never gone into profit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you look at Hollywood accounting, there has never been a film made that was profitable.
Because they can basically inflate everything.
Yeah, or deflate whatever they want. They can say that, yeah, and it's insane. So it was the director. I'm sorry, it wasn't any of the stars of Fury Road. It was the director. He had a contract that stated if the final net cost of the production was under $157 million, they would give him a $7 million bonus. Okay. So they inflated the cost of production to eliminate the bonus. I see them doing this. This Art Buchwald received a settlement from Paramount after his lawsuit Buchwald versus Paramount. The court found Paramount's actions unconscionable, noting that it was impossible to believe that Eddie Murphy's 1988 comedy Coming to America, which grossed $288 million, failed to make a profit, especially since the actual production costs were less than a tenth of that. Paramount settled for $900,000 rather than having its accounting methods closely scrutinized. Yeah, because they know they're thieves. Right. And so they're thieves and bandits. And so the person that I was talking to that had posted this article and commented like boo-hoo, poor ScarJo, right, like is involved in that world. And I'm just like, how can you take that approach? And it's not just actors. I mean, this is directors, producers, writers. I mean, like any of these people can get screwed over like this. And there's nothing you can do about it, because if you are one of these people that complains, I guarantee you're blacklisted. George Miller, the director of Fury Road, I guarantee you he's probably never directed another major Hollywood film since 2017. Right. Same way with like Scarlett Johansson. I guarantee you now she will never make another film for Disney again. And the sad part about that is, with our previous administration, Disney now controls 40% of all the box office releases in the country.
Yep.
Or in the world, I guess, well, in the country. Bollywood cranks them out, but
yeah, I mean, you're right. With all of the subsidiaries and the other studios that they have acquired and own now, yeah, I mean, if it's not a Disney film, it's probably not being made. I mean, you got Paramount and you got Warner Brothers that's out there.
Sony.
Yeah, but occasionally, very, very
Bond,
rarely. Yeah,
really. Sony has Bond. That's kind of art house stuff and Bond, and that's about it. Yeah, and you got Warner Brothers and Paramount. That's pretty much it, because Disney owns and Fox and Disney.
Yeah,
and
Universal. Forgot about Universal.
Are they owned by Paramount though?
I don't know. Probably.
I think. I could be wrong.
I don't know. But anyway, regardless, I mean, it's crazy. This is insane.
Yeah, and it's that's and to me, it's not just it's the blatant abuse of power that gets me. They do it because they can get away with it.
Yep.
Because
they can flex and no one can really say anything about it.
Well, I mean, even if you win your lawsuit, okay, that's great. I hope you can live off that money for the rest of your life, because you're never working in this town again.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Anyone that stands up for themselves basically is done.
Yeah. Especially, I hate to say it, but especially women.
Yeah.
Hollywood chews them up and spits out women
like crazy.
Yeah. And I don't think it's fair. There's a lot of phenomenal female actresses, whatever. And just, well, you're 30 years old. Get out of here, hag.
Yeah.
Go home, grandma. It's like, what, man? Like, there's very few, like, Judi Dench, Helen Mirren.
Yeah.
And there's not that many women that you see predominant in Hollywood.
No.
I mean,
no, and the thing is those people that have lasted through the years are typecast now to a point that, I mean, they fit a niche. They're in a specific role just about every time they're in a movie. So
yeah, true.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's not cool, but
anyway, that's my rant. It's more about, and it's not just Hollywood. It's anywhere. It's it bleeds over to Congress and the Senate, like. The people that make the laws of this country are,
a lot of times it's who's making the biggest donation.
Yeah.
That's
whoever gives them the most money gets a law in their favor.
Yeah.
Just
corruption.
It's corruption and abuse of power. It's something
from the ground up.
Yeah. Something I don't tolerate. Well, it just,
and we try not to be political on our show, on our podcast, and it's not. We're trying not. I mean, I don't feel like I'm being political, but it makes me want to.
I'm not even saying it's Republicans or it's Democrats.
I'm not saying that either. But I'm just saying
it's the system. It's the whole system.
Right. That's the thing. It is. It's from the foundation up.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's infuriating.
Yes, it is. So, lighter notes. Do we have any lighter notes? Or are notes left? Any notes left?
I think that's going to do it. Let's just leave it on that. Like,
Yeah, I think that's about the best we can do. So, to recap, COVID-19 is back on the rise, unfortunately. Get vaccinated if you can. If you can't, mask up, please. And please stay 6 feet away. My bubble is 6 feet. Your bubble should be the same.
Yeah.
If you have to travel, please do so safely.
Always.
If you're going out someplace like Disney or Dollywood or Universal Studios or does Six Flags still exist?
Not here.
Any of the amusement parks, Holiday World in Indiana. If you go any of those places, Santa Claus, Indiana. If you're going to any of those places, please. Or
if you go to the beach.
Yeah, the beach. Vacations, because I mean, that's what time of year it is. There's only a couple of weeks, or not even a couple of weeks, just a week or so till school's back started. So, again, be safe. Try not to spread anything. If it's wet and not yours, don't touch it. So, all of that. Ghostbusters, yay! Ghostbusters. I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully we'll
I want to see it. I'm not going to lie. I want to see it. I like the 2016 movie.
I was not a fan of the 2016 movie. I watched it. I've seen it a couple of times. Just wasn't a fan of it, but...
My only issue, like I said, was the Hemsworth character.
Yeah.
He was completely one-dimensional. Just...
You know, I have been a super fan of Ghostbusters since I was a kid. Like Ghostbusters, Back to the Future, those were my go-tos. Like the way yours was like Princess Bride, those were mine. And I own the Back to the Future trilogy, but I did not own Ghostbusters. It's being shipped now. It'll be in tomorrow. Is what nice. It is. So I'm getting a copy of Ghostbusters 1 and 2. So yay! I'm excited about sharing that with Penelope. She's watched Ghostbusters 1 back at Halloween, and she was asking for it the other night, and I was like, I can either rent it for $3.99 or I can buy it on Amazon for like $12. So I'm just buying it.
Yeah. Any of that anymore? Honestly, I just buy them digitally.
Yeah. And of course the lovely lawsuit with ScarJo. We're rooting for you, ScarJo. If you're listening to our podcast, that's awesome. But
it's just
I'm
rooting for the underdog.
Yeah, let's just root for fairness,
equality.
Yeah,
fairness. Yeah. If she violated her contract, you guarantee they bury her.
Yep.
And they violated the contract.
They're not going to get buried.
No, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, they should have to suffer the repercussions of violating the contract.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, if they redid the math, she may have come out making less than $20 million. I guarantee you, if it had been less than $20 million, they would have renegotiated the contract.
Yeah.
I guarantee it. The reason they didn't renegotiate the contract was because they would have had to pay her more money.
Yep.
And now they're public statement. That's another thing that just her thing is renegotiate the contract to the terms that you stipulated. And their response was, "Oh, poor Scarlett. We only gave her $20 million.
Yeah.
She got $20 million. Hey, Joe Bob over there picking the popcorn out of your teeth. She only made $20 million on this movie.
Boo-hoo-hoo.
Don't you feel sorry for her? Going back to your $35,000 a year job?
Yeah.
Like, no, that's not." It's the whole play us against them, That's what our government does so well here too, is keep the people fighting with each other.
Hey, if the enemy is right in your face, you're not going to notice the fight over there. Or what they're stealing over there. So anyway. Okay.
So if you want to bitch at us for this content, shoot an email to
oh my goodness,
twomindspodcast@gmail.com.
I don't remember any of this stuff, dude.
That's okay. If you don't want an email, if you just want to publicly blast us, go over to our Facebook page. It's facebook.com/groups/twomindspodcast. Drop us a line and tell us what a couple of airheads we are. If you don't want to reach out to us at all, that's cool too, I guess. You can tweet at us on the Twitter, at twomindspodcast.
Yeah,
that works too.
I mean, then there's I know Podbean has something to do with us. That's like where we put our.
That's
our
the people
stuff
I give money to.
That's the one you give money to.
That's the only one I got to pay for.
So and I don't know. It's with an N. Bean. No. I still to this day I'm like, Beam? I don't know what Podbeam is. Podbean. So Two Minds Podbean, or Two Minds, just look for it, put it in quotations. Two Minds Podcast.
twomindspodbean.com.
Yes. Or if you want to look at it for us on Spotify, you can ask for us, or you can put in for Jeremy or
Jeremy Ham
or Jason Claywell, and you got to put those in quotes. Yeah. So to find us on that one. So yeah.
Or look us up in your favorite podcatcher.
We're there too.
Yeah, we're in all the major.
We bounce off of all of that, I think.
Yeah, we should be listed in all the major podcast applications of your preferred choice. And y'all have a wonderful one. We'll catch you later.
Yeah. So it's been good to sit down and talk again.
Yeah, it's awesome. We got to do that conspiracy thing. For real. Like,
Yeah,
I've already got all mine. I'm really.
I've dropped the ball, or I would have it done, but